Now for this month's tech tip, we're going to talk a little bit about CV programming. First thing is you can program a CV from any of your DCC throttles that allow CV programming. So for example here, this NCE Power Cab, I can program my CVs directly. Now you can do this via the mainline, or you can put it on the programming track. The advantage of mainline programming is that you will instantly be able to see or hear programming changes as soon as you make it. So things like chuff rate or volume levels, you'll be able to instantly hear that change. Now, one of the myths about CV programming is that when you're programming on the mainline, you're going to reprogram everything on your layout, and that's just simply not true. When you program using ops mode or mainline programming, that programming command is prefixed with an address, which tells only the decoder that has the address to respond to the programming command. If your locomotive is responding to the programming command of somebody else's locomotive, you either have the same address or you forgot to throw that little toggle switch that routes power from the main line to the programming track. So be sure to be familiar with your DCC system and how CVs are programmed. The other thing we wanted to point out is when you're programming CVs, guys, don't be afraid to program it and try it out. You can reprogram a CV after you've set a CV value into it. So for example, if you're trying out volume levels, 0 to 255 is your volume level. If you set it to 128, you're not forced to keep it at 128. You can change it. So if you want to even go lower, change it to 100. If 128 is too high or is too low for you still, change it to 150, but play around with those CV values. Same thing with other CVs such as CV 112 in our steam locomotive, which determines what type of fuel you're using or whether it's a power reverse manual Johnson bar. Feel free to play around with those CV values. Worst case, if you don't know what you did, you can either go back and reprogram the CV, or you can always do a factory reset. CV8 to a value of 8, cycle the power. When the decoder resets, upon restoration of track power, it will flash the lights 16 times as your visual indicator to let you know the reset has taken place. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about is programs like JMRI or other software-based computer program interfaces that help you program CVs. Now, I'm not going to say that these are bad programs because they are fantastic help and they give a lot of people the courage to try out adjusting and playing with these features in the decoder. However, there are times when you may find that there's some incompatibilities, either with the JMRI and the DCC system, or the way that the JMRI has represented our CVs and settings for our decoder. So if you're forcing yourself to use JMRI and you're having issues, stop using the JMRI. Grab our user's guide that you can get as a free download on our website at soundtraxx.com. Go through the user's guide, read through, use your throttle to program the CVs the way we tell you to. Once you get the decoder behaving the way you need it to, you can always read back those CV values into JMRI and find out where the mistake was made. Either you misinterpreted the checkbox, or the folks at JMRI, who are doing a fantastic job, but they are volunteers, they may have made a mistake in the way our manual was written and misinterpreted it. If that's the case, you can always send them an email and they will get that fixed right away for you. So when you call us, please be sure that you've tried setting the CVs using our user's guide along with your CV and your throttle to make sure that you're setting the decoder properly, because we don't write the software for JMRI. We don't have any association with them. It is strictly a volunteer group, and so we cannot support their product. And so I can't spend time with you on the phone trying to diagnose problems with JMRI. So I hope this has helped you guys a little bit here with some confidence to try out adjusting CV values.